Hello. So today I wanted to talk about Miss Meryl Streep. So I read Queen Meryl, the iconic roles, heroic deeds, and legendary life of Meryl Streep by Erin Carlson. And I surprisingly really enjoyed this read. Now, we all know and love Miss Meryl Streep, but this it's kind of like it's kind of a biography, but it doesn't go in depth with her personal life because I mean it is a short read, so it talks about her personal life as it relates to the roles that she has played, and it doesn't cover even all of her roles. I mean, she's been acting since the 70s, I think, or somewhere around there. So, but it does cover quite a bit of her legendary films. So, hello, my name is Tamika, and whether you stumbled upon Junkie for a Story or are here by intention, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, please give it a like and subscribe by the end of the video, and hit the bell for notifications so you won't miss new videos when they are released. And now, on to the video. Like I said, it talks about her personal life in relation to whatever role it is discussing in that chapter. Each chapter usually it is devoted to one specific movie, sometimes a group of movies during a certain time period. But I did like the way that this was done. And then there are illustrations in the story. Well, not in the book, I mean. There are illustrations by... No, I thought it said it on the outside. I think it's Justin something. Justin Teodoro or something. Teodoro. I don't know. But there are some illustrations inside here. So this is one of them. And the illustrations are just dead on. I really love the illustrations. So that's one of them. I mean, I really liked what was put in here. Although here's Meryl as Margaret Thatcher. But yeah, so Erin Carlson, she covers most of her Meryl Streep's movies and some of her plays or TV movies and stuff like that. I mean, I didn't realize she did TV movies, but one of them or so was mentioned in one of the chapters as well. She covers that. She covers her love life. One thing I could have done without is I feel like Erin Carlson would put down other actors in order to show how amazing Meryl Streep is. And it just kind of came off like a mean girl, She would just take swipes at, who was it? I think Jessica Lange and some just different people. Robert De Niro, she just kind of, I don't know. I just feel like Meryl Streep, her talent can stand on its own, so you don't need to put down other actors to show how great Meryl Streep is. So it just felt a little odd to me. And then in one of the chapters, they were talking about filming Kramer versus Kramer. Meryl Streep was in that with Dustin Hoffman. And so I guess Dustin has come under fire for his behavior on set. And so, let me see if I can find it. Well, first, it was mentioned their first encounter, first impressions, right? So Meryl, she met Dustin Hoffman while auditioning for a Broadway play that he was directing called All Over Town. And upon introductions, he said, "Hey, I'm Dustin Hoffman," and was burping and groping her breasts. This is... So I'm guessing she was in her 20s. It says she was in school at Yale. And okay, so it says Justin is said to have apologized later for that incident. So I guess he does acknowledge that that was true, or I don't know. But okay, so anyway, then fast forward to when they worked together on Kramer versus Kramer. And, you know, his antics were experienced on that set as well. So it just, okay, so Meryl Streep, she had just lost her longtime boyfriend, who was her live-in boyfriend as well. They lived together in Manhattan, I think. And so he happened to be an actor. I can't remember his name. Let me see. What was his name? Hopefully. Oh gosh, I should have John Cazale or something with the words. So I think that was his name. I never heard of him, but they said he's an actor. I don't know if he was like more of a Broadway actor or what. I don't remember. I do apologize, but so her boyfriend, John, I'm just going to say John, he had cancer, terminal cancer, and she stayed with him all through that experience, and then he passed away. And right after that, she went on to start filming Kramer versus Kramer. And she also got married at that time as well. And it seemed a bit unexpected because it seemed like she was still grieving the loss of, you know, her boyfriend. But anyway, so she's newly married, or was she engaged? She may have just been engaged, I think. Okay, I can't remember, but I think she was, I think she did get married. I can't remember now, but oops, sorry. Whatever. So she started that relationship, which if she was engaged or not, that is the man that she is still married to today, the one I am speaking of. But she goes to film Kramer versus Kramer with Dustin Hoffman. And whenever Dustin wanted to get a specific performance out of her, he would, you know, whisper her deceased former lover. He would whisper that name in her ear to try to provoke her. And so at that point, I believe Dustin Hoffman was more of an established actor than Meryl. I'm pretty sure he was. But, and so just, I mean, his behavior was deplorable, obviously. But I found it odd because it sounded like some of her co-stars, I can't remember which movie, but it sounded like some of her co-stars were implying she had a similar tactic when she was on set. She would treat people, but it wasn't done in a mean way, and I think that's why maybe she gets away with it more, but it does sound like she uses a similar tactic. Because I can't remember who, but one of her male co-stars, he mentioned what it was like working with her, and how I think that this was a movie where there was multiple lovers, right? Meryl Streep's character had multiple lovers, and so I guess the character liked one lover more than the rest, maybe, and so the actor was insinuating that she would sort of engage with them in a way that was similar to how the character saw those male characters, in order to create that kind of vibe. That way they were already kind of where they needed to be when it was time to film. So, I mean, it sounds like she has learned some things from Dustin Hoffman, but maybe she uses it in a positive way. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I just found it interesting because to me, it kind of sounded like she was treating her co-stars like children, but because I don't know, I'm not an actor, so maybe this is what they do. I don't know. But yeah. But I also found it interesting that she did write the Kramer versus Kramer speech. I think it was the closing scene or something. And she did graduate from Yale. So, I mean, she's an educated woman. She's a smart woman. But the director, I can't remember the director's name. I'll put it on the screen for you. I'm so good with names, aren't I? But yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't see it here. Just okay, so we're just gonna move on then. I can't think of the director's name, but or was it? Anyway, so the director said they kind of wrote like a skeletal speech, just put the main parts in to give her a base, Meryl, and then they gave it to Meryl and asked her, to fill it in with some more personal details that was more related to the character. And I thought that was interesting because I think actors don't get enough credit for how they develop their characters. So, because when you see the films, it will say, screenwriter, this is the screenwriter. But then when you hear actors talking about their preparation for a role, I remember Jane Fonda saying that she wrote like a 4-page bio. I think it was a 4-page bio for Gracie and Frankie or whatever. I always get them mixed up. Grace and Frankie, I think. But I mean, the extensive research and preparation that actors do, it just, you don't realize it until you hear them talking about it. And so just hearing that Meryl wrote that speech, and it seems to be a memorable speech. I mean, I haven't seen the movie. It's not really my kind of movie. But anyway, I like this style of reading about an actor, though, because it puts, the personal life, it intertwines both the personal and professional life. So I really enjoy this way of getting to know Meryl Streep. And if you're looking for something, and it's a quick read, it's like 200 and something pages. Okay, it goes up to 3 something, but that's with the index. So, I mean, it's a short read. If you're looking for something like weekend read about a legendary Hollywood actress, I would recommend this. All right. But yeah, so those are my thoughts, and I am going to wrap this up. But I will provide a link in the description if you want to go over to the bookshop to grab this book. If they have it available, I should say. If not, I'll put another link for some other place where you can grab it. Or you can just get more information about the book. I happen to get it from my library, so it might even be available there, you know? But anyway, yeah, those are my thoughts on that. So like, comment, subscribe if you choose, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.